I've always hated authority, so that's kind of a lifelong passion. It's like wearing black; it never goes out of style. But so I've never been a fan of it anyway. But what radicalized my wife and a lot of people across this country, radicalized them to common sense, by the way,
there you go.
Was not COVID. It was reaction to COVID.
Yeah.
It was Hollywood's reaction to COVID, big tech's reaction to COVID, the government's reaction to COVID, and ruining people's lives.
I think that was the first time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That, like, because, you know, it's probably the same in America. Like, whoever's in the White House, it doesn't affect your day-to-day life that much. Like, okay, taxes might be slightly different or whatever, but, like, you can go about your business as normal, mostly. But this was the first time that, like, the government straight up said, you can't leave your house. You can't go to the gym. You can't go to the movie theater. You can't go to a shopping mall.
But you can go to McDonald's.
You can't
and Hollywood can go to work.
And Hollywood can go to work.
People in Hollywood can work.
Yeah, for a lot of people.
No, telling people you're not essential. That was the word.
Yes.
They used a different term in Europe. I forgot what it was.
Key workers.
Key workers.
Yeah,
not as offensive as you're not essential. That's what they told my wife.
But just to have that sudden control over your life, I think that was a point where a lot of people stepped back and said, wait, this is wrong, isn't it? We shouldn't be told that we can't leave our houses or that we can't meet our friends or whatever. Who's got the right to tell you that? No one. And that's, if you call that radicalization, it's just like Gary says, it's getting radicalized into common sense.
Yeah.
No one should be able to have that control over your life.
It's interesting that you phrase it like that, because what that does is pit that actually pulls the bark back from the actual issue at hand, which is that a small group of elite people really hate all of us together, whether we're right wing, left wing, red, blue. Like, they actually see all of us as the enemy and themselves as demigods. And that's kind of like the way that Hollywood looks at their audience as well, and the way that many of these corporations treat their audience. And that's starting to be revealed, that they actually despise their paying customer, and we are the paying customer for our government, right? And they hate us, like, actually. And I think a lot of people are becoming awake to that fact. Like, the government doesn't wish
always for more, has.
Yes.
Always has.
They don't wish for more human flourishing. Like, look at the way society's
like that
gone.
Jack Nicholson meme. It's like, they've always hated us.
And so it's all interconnected, and we do Friday Night Tights, and we try and cross-pollinate the worlds, but it actually is interconnected. Yes. And I wish more people would be aware of this, and I think we are reaching a point of awareness.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think all of us have said that, like, when we're honest, when we talk about culture, it's always been bigger than Star Wars or Star Trek or Doctor Who. It's always been bigger than that. I just try to stay, and I'll use their terminology, my lane, like, of the stuff I know about. I'm not going to sit there and pontificate about Israel or anything like that. You know, I stay in my lane, but it's always been bigger. And yes, Andrew Breitbart was right. That's one of his best quotes. And it's still taking a long time for our friends on the right to figure this stuff out. Yes. They really need to, like, get culturally savvy, because the left they've owned it. They've completely defeated everybody. They've invaded every single institution. Yes. Hollywood's an institution, just as our school system is, just as our government is, and they rule it all. And the only way we fight back is the way they did it. You learn about it, infiltrate it. We'll do something different. We'll tell the truth.
Yes.
We'll tell the truth, because they don't.
Or make Godzilla -1.